Hello? Are we here?
Yay!
Yay!
Audio.
Audio. Audio fix. Can y'all hear me? Cool. Alright, well, now, not to bump this beauty. Oh, that's Paul. Paul's here. He's been helping me, but today we have another MacBook repair video for you. Audio in progress. Audio is here. I have a 1502 here. My name's Kamil, by the way. Nice to meet y'all. And today I'll be fixing a 1502 2013 model. I believe this one is 3476 or yeah, 3476 model, and it's said there's no power on it. So let's figure out what we can do here. All right, so let's get settled. Hey guys, what's up? Cool. So what do I need? I need my board view, and I need to open a board. 3476. So first thing I already see on this board, to give y'all a little sneak peek, excuse me for that, is we're gonna be looking right here. Nasty 1, nasty 2. There's a lot of nasty here. Nasty 3. So let's figure out why it doesn't turn on. Nasty 4. Uh-oh, we might have gotten ourselves in too deep. More. Okay, so let's figure this out. Yeah, we're sourcing the 9240, I think, right now, Club Micah's. I think Dan's on that. More nasty over here. So let's just verify that this doesn't power up. I have my trusty power supply here, and let's see if you guys see what I see. Oh, this is a beautiful color. Okay. Power output. Alright, so no green light. Let's do overhead. No green light. Nothing going on. Full Daniel software does not lie. So we got that. And alright, so let's start with some basic measurements. We're going to check if we have 18 volts here on our input. Okay. Boom, boom. So, what are we measuring? Nothing. Nothing. That's 18. Paul Daniel software, please catch up. 18. Show 18. Oh, I have to restart that, don't I? Okay. Do I have to press start on it? Start? Cool. Okay. What if I remove that? Yeah. Multimeter, please. Alright, y'all just gonna have to trust me on the numbers of what's happening, because multimeter is not functioning. Paul, how do I make multimeter show up here same way? It is RS-232.
It is. So it should work just fine.
Yeah, and I'm shorting these two, so there should be 0.
Hold Daniels.
Hold Daniels, please. Open loop. Wait, let's see. There's multimeter toggle.
Where is the multimeter software on the computer? Is it up and running?
Yeah, here. Oh.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Got
I
it.
think it's got to be just up.
Oh, it has to be up?
Yeah,
All right.
to capture the screen on it.
All right, cool. Cool. So,
And then this thing,
this,
once you have it connected to the software, you can't control it from the panel. You have to control it from the
well, the
software.
fun part is it's telling me that Easy Power COM port 4 is not available. So, if I turn it on, I don't have the COM port save. Oh, okay, it's on. Right?
Yeah. No.
Access to the COM 4 is denied.
Okay, maybe it's not on COM 4.
Is there a different COM channel I can put it on?
I have no idea what.
There's COM 3.
Try it.
Okay, start.
There
Hey,
you
okay.
And now you have to control it from that. None of these buttons work anymore.
Oh, that's fine. I can do that. All right, we got everything working. Cool. So now how do I stop? Wait, when I click stop, it's gonna stop outputting voltage, or do?
Yes, this is output.
Okay, cool. So now I don't have to lie to y'all. This machine is not taking any power whatsoever, but we kind of see our solution or our hint over here, because right here we have a lot of nasty. So let's start there. But so if I verify that, do I have 18 volts on this pin? So this pin right here should have 18 volts, and there it is. And through here I should also have 18 volts, and it's not there, so something between here and here is messing up. So let's go into the schematic and let's figure this out. Bear with me here, because I'm not familiar with Lewis's setup that much. So 3476. Boom. Okay. Oops. Ow. Sorry. Schematic. All right. Oh, is that it? Or does he what? How do I schematic? Please. Oh, okay. It has to be maximized. Okay, cool. And then board view. Oh, I see.
It's gonna be half screen, half screen.
Yeah. I'm figuring it out as I go. Yeah. Okay. Boom. Got it. Okay.
And it still doesn't capture your cursor correct, so if you want to point at something for people, pay attention to what this shows you, not what you're actually pointing at.
Okay. Boom. So I'm gonna move OBS to the other screen, and let's get rid of the multimeter. Yeah. And so clearly on this channel right here, that's 18 volts, and here we have, technically speaking, if you want to look at it, voltage gets in through here, and then goes through here, and goes through all of these things over here. And the next thing I measured was over here, so I wanted to see if I have input into this PP3V3 G3 hot supply. So, where to go from here? So, I have 18 volts here, but not here. So let's investigate this fuse. Let's investigate this right here, this MOSFET. Let's investigate this input architecture resistor that tells the charger that it's plugged into a MacBook. Let's check out this voltage divider, this diode. But to be quite honest, I think I'm just gonna take everything off in this region because it looks really bad. So what we're looking at is this right here. So this MOSFET and this ACOK, all of these little chips right here look pretty bad. So we're gonna take them off and we're gonna get on with a repair. So boom. It's just a little bit past the rework at this point. Center this. boom, boom. All right. So let's take this off. Let's shotgun some components. Let's give them no chance. No mercy. Oh man, this is so low. Hold on. Lewis's microscope is so ridiculously low. He doesn't do Barlow lenses, does he? Alright, I got... Excuse the noise. Alright. So, what I know is that I know that this guy likes to die a lot, right here. And by this guy, I mean, I'll tell you in a second when I figure out where it is on the board view. Q7010. Q7010 is a MOSFET. I'm running into this desk with these arms. Okay, and you don't look so good. And you don't look super good. Oh, and you are clearly, yeah, that's not good. Alright, so let's start there. I have taken off, let's see. So far we've taken off, not overhead, schematic. We have taken off this right here, which is Q7010, which is enabled by DC and isolation gate R, which basically allows PBOS to pass through. We've taken off this capacitor, which is a filter, right? Yeah. And one more thing we've taken off, which one of these, I think, the gate resistors, because they didn't look so good. So I have a donor here, so let's put those back on and see if this circuit starts passing the 18 volts through it. All right. No, it's not Lewis. Lewis is at the end of the world in Florida, down south, below the Mason-Dixie. He's roaming the streets of Miami with no people around him. Okay, so why does he have such thick solder here? I'm gonna run to get some thinner. Do you see this? What'd I do?
Oh, you don't see it?
Oh yeah. Hi, my guardian angel over here. Switching my scenes like I should be doing. Okay, let's get rid of some of this. That's too much. Nasty. Okay. Alright. That looks good for me. I need to curse a lot like Lewis does. No, Lewis doesn't curse a lot. I don't either. Alright. Lewis is trying to curse less. That's what he's been saying in his previous videos. Is it gonna work? We'll find out. Alright. There's surprisingly little mobility on this desk, but okay. So here I have a nicer looking section of board that we're gonna grab stuff from to this less nice looking section of board. So we're gonna do a couple of quick swaps. Okay. Kamil is not Turkish. Kamil is Polish. It's just as common a name in Poland. So hold on real quick. Let me grab this chip from here. I know my finger's in the way. Okay, we got the chip. Now we put him down. That's one. Come on, heat up. Uh-huh. Oh, this microphone really freaking hurts, dude. Watch out. Let me... Ow. It's a wire going straight into my ear. Okay, much more better. Okay. So now we grab this little diode from here. Then we put it here. Yay, okay. Maybe two more components. This board really has seen better days. So to recap, we are fixing the DC in section to see if we can get DC in voltage into the 3V42 regulator, because we had no voltage passing from the charger into the 3V3 G3 hot or 3V42 G3 hot regulator. So hopefully this will help it. So I have a feeling there's more problems with this board, however, but we'll see. Okay, you sit there, nice. Okay, sure, I'll grab the filter cap too, fine. Alright. Boom, filter cap in place. Cool. Let's actually look around a little bit more. Ooh, this connector not looking super great, but we can reflow that. That will work. This will probably need a replacement over here because that doesn't look super great. LCD connector could be maybe salvaged. This needs a retouch. This has to go. Alright, well, it's gonna be a bumpy ride. Not great, but not bad over here. Ultrasonic Cleaning will hopefully save this board. Oh. Okay. We'll probably just get it up and running, and I'll get all the connectors later, all the not fun menial tasks. Oh, okay, that's actually kind of cool over here. We have a bunch of corrosion around ISL 6259, and this right here is one of our iSense lines. And if this capacitor or this via right here messes up, potentially our iSense will be bad. So let's do a quick measurement on those resistors. Let's see if they actually gave up the ghost or not. They still might need to be replaced. Oh yeah, multimeter. Thank you, hi. That's 10 ohms. That's 10 ohms, but I don't trust them. But still, we're gonna replace that over here, this little section. And we're going to at least try to touch this guy up or replace him. Thunderbolt chip. Yeah, we can do that too. This is more. I'm more worried about this over here. This ISL corrosion right here, and this is what's gonna mess us up. The rest of these things, they might prevent the machine from working fully, but it'll turn on, and I can take care of those things later. Okay. Not too bad over here. That's not so great either. Alright, let's do the ISL first. Okay. It's the saddest board you've seen. Well, welcome to Kamil's queue. Kamil's queue is made up out of boards like these or dead GPUs. That's why I haven't done a repair video yet, because frankly, the cases in my queue have been abysmal. This one has a chance though. This one has a chance of waking back up. Maybe we can refurbish a few components in a way, make them nice and shiny again. So Danny gets a pretty brutal queue as well, but he has cheat codes because Chris is sitting right behind him. So Chris will basically help him out now and again. We're stuck with the GPUs. Kamil's queue of sadness. Yeah, it is what it is. Every MacBook deserves a second chance, so this one might need a replacement here. How are we looking over here? And you too, dear sir. Alright, let's take those two off. Yeah, pastime warranty suicide clocks for Macs, yep. Okay. You, sir, need to go. Oh, I don't like the way those ISL pins look either. I'm gonna show you guys in a second. Those ISL pins are bothering me. These pins right... I don't know if you guys can tell. Is it possible? Maybe. Yeah, those pins right here. See those two not shiny ones in the middle? It's hard to see, but those are messed up. Alright, so the ISO gotta go. So we get rid of this, we're getting rid of this, we're getting rid of this, and we're getting rid of the ISL. Why? Because that allows us to succeed later. That ISO might have been fine, but I'm not gonna trust it. Get rid of that. Give me that. And you, give me that. Okay, good enough. Hi, you want to get me an ISL 6259? T8. From rossmangroup.com, as I smack my microphone and probably peek. This board's not looking so hot either, but that'll do. Those look fairly fresh. Come on, get there. Get in there. Thank you, my squire. Okay. ISL goes back on, but I forgot which orientation it's been in. So we're going to check that on the schematic board view. And I'll show you this. So as you can see, bottom left is red. So we're going to align our one marker with bottom left, but let's clean that pad first. Come on, get warm. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, this board got abused a little bit. There's liquid damage marks everywhere. Definitely a compound fracture. There's multiple things wrong with it, but I am of good hopes. This is still the nicest thing that's in my queue right now. It was either this or an onshore PMIC reball on a 1707, which is kind of a coin flip. Here, I think I can hedge my bets a little bit better. But I'll probably be coming back tomorrow or Friday with the PMIC reball on a 1707 to get you some content out. So we're back to bottom left, and microscope bottom left is marked with this little guy over here. And you can kind of tell that you can, if you match these cutoff edges, you can get a perfectly aligned chip with the pin 1 being in the right spot. They marked them that way for a reason. So you sit here and you wait. Random. Yeah, I need that random Lewis Q. Grab a random laptop and see what happens. And we're gonna press you down slightly. I have a pre-selected Kevin queue, and Kevin does not like me very much recently, it seems. Even though he says hi to me and everything, but he's giving me such beautiful boards to fix that I'm questioning if I did something wrong to him, or did I wrong him in some way. Yeah, let's just touch it up a little bit. I'm not anti-flux. I'm a little bit more than a millipole of flux, but less than Lewis amount of flux. Just the right amount. You know what? I'm gonna actually press this down as well. Just a little bit. I hate where this hot air is. Alright. So look how many bubbles are gonna come up from under this chip. Pretty sure I didn't press it down right. Oh yeah, the bubble on top. Alright, that should be good. If you leave a little score in the chip, it's usually fine. There's a lot of shielding before you actually reach the actual die. Oh, I'm not even centered. Ugh, sorry. If I drown it in flux, it doesn't come off any UC super well, so it's kind of my issue with it, you know? I want the board to look like I never touched it. Oh, that's... Okay, so ISL is back on. This is a filter cap over here that we took off, but probably deserves to come back. This is an iSense. Usually on voltage lines, you don't really need filter capacitors. I mean, you do, but they're not like super essential. Here on iSense, you actually want as little ripple in voltage as possible. So we're taking off one off of a donor. It's going to be out of focus for a second. And back to here. Oh, shaky hands today, nice. I'm going to go get some thinner solder. I'll be right back. So, Lewis's solder, my solder. I like the top one a little bit more for these small components. Can you tell why? No, I just went to get some solder. I guess the wire gauge of solder that Lewis has is way thicker than what I use on a daily basis, so I just went to get some of the thinner stuff. Wait, is the mic not working? Is it working now? Can y'all hear me? Bloggers in chat, if you can hear me. Thank you. Alright, cool. Alright, awesome. I think this one right here is AWG44, or size 44 solder. I don't know if they go by AWG. And I think this one is like 38 or 36. I forget what he bought. Let's actually check that out. What do we have? Lois has... that's a ripped off label, so we will never find out. I don't know what solder he has in here, but it's definitely thicker than the one I use every day. Chris also uses the thicker solder, and he solders things smaller than I do, and I don't know how he does it, but Chris is unhuman with his repair skills. So I'm gonna have to grab, if I remember correctly, this guy over here, right? So let's get him. Alright, it's gonna be a little out of focus because we're on top of the actual board that we're soldering. Okay, boom, and ew, let's go here. See that? Yep, cool. Boom, that goes back on, kind of. All right, there you go, the little flip and everything. All right, so this area is looking much better than before. So it's the P-bus area. Now we're gonna focus here, these three capacitors over here. Let's actually check them out. What do they signify? Pretty sure those are DC in caps. All right, let's get rid of the multimeter angle. Oh yeah, they are either DC in caps or P-bus caps, right in front of the 342 voltage regulator. I'm assuming if you've been to this channel before, you are aware that this right here is the God voltage. If you don't have this, you don't have almost anything. Boom. Other than PP bus G3 hot itself, PP342 G3 hot is one of the most important voltages that keeps everything else alive. So yeah, let's grab all three of these guys and let's exchange them because they are ugly. Yeah, those look a little bit worse than refurbishable, but I should have a donor board here for them. Please hold. Oh, cool. Dude, my solder skills worked. It's not shorting or anything. The mic's working. Nice. Alright, so let's... And this guy over here too. That's a four bulb BGA array. So that's a 2x2 BGA, which kind of sucks to replace, but we're gonna do it nonetheless. Things like this usually have some sort of a sensor attached to them, or they're like a gate for something, so then you end up with a high fan spin or some other nastiness. One and two and three, and get out of here. See, I'm going to opt to keep this coil over here. Even though it has minor signs of corrosion, I think we will be fine with keeping it. Giving it a little bit of TLC. And just, you know, a little flux, a little solder. It's a big ferrite coil. Should be fine. These smaller components is what I'm worried about most of the time. These coils, it's never the coil, as Jessa says, until it is. Alright. Cześć, przebrzydłe kabanie. Hello. Okay. Hey, can I have a job? I'll let you know when I have one. I can pick one from my job tree. Honestly, you could probably send an email to, if you're local in New York, to dan@rossmangroup.com. Spam Dan. Alright, so that's one. Oh, where are you going? Actually, let's clean these pads over here. They look kind of nasty. Let's clean them up a little. Arranging this board in the camera is... Paul needs to make that reticle. Paul used to have a reticle inside of his microscope so you could see what exactly is in the camera, because I see way more than you guys. So I'm gonna have to center it. Thanks, Mr. Caban. I appreciate it. I'll tell Lewis that he has a Polish audience. But yeah, I'm gonna stick to English here. We actually, I think, have, what, 5 Polish people working in here? Out of nowhere. Like, not knowing each other mutually that they were Polish, and then they found out, and it's like, oh, interesting. Alright, so you come back here. No! 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 No flying away. It is really far away. Poland is the other side of the world, and there's crazy things happening in there. Apparently good parties, though. You sit down. Okay, okay. One. And one, and let's grab, probably pretty enough, 2. Give you a little bit of encouragement. So, this is the donor, so excuse it being not sharp. Back here. Two. No, why? Why today? Why today you guys are flying away? Every time I do this it's fine, and now they just want to fly. God damn it. Alright. Are you the pretty one? Yeah. So if stuff is flying away, you have to hold it down with your tweezers. It's just, at this point, it's super tiny. Hey, camera shy? Yeah. Looks like it. Camera shy capacitors. It's just, it sucks because they're all square, basically. So, there's no flat side and no fun side to grab them. So they'll just flip around on you left and right. These are the least favorite of my packages. Yeah, least favorite part packages. I just don't like the way they are. Oh yeah, Polish is way different from English. It's got nearly no overlap. It's also apparently like a really hard language for people who are not native to learn. It conjugates everything. Like literally everything. Verbs, nouns, adverbs, whatever you want. There's a different form of it. Okay. So we're almost at a point where I will dare to turn this machine on, but first let's take this guy out and grab it. This is our donor. That's flux under there, right? Yeah. Good enough. Boom. And let's put you down here. Okay, a little more flux. As you square up, there you go. Boom. Hello, Anonymous Repair. How are you? We're doing an A1502 that's been thoroughly liquid damaged. And by thoroughly, I mean like literally everything's got liquid on it. Hello, Werewolf from Czech Republic, I guess. A Polish piece of cake. Yes, that was Czech, huh? Oh, I don't like this. See this? This is bad. I don't like that. Let's retouch it. Let's retouch that. That chip is probably fine. Whenever you see green sort of pistachio-like corrosion, that usually is degenerative, so it will get worse. Whatever acidic properties it has, it will start penetrating the solder and possibly destroy the machine later. Early morning, 1:21 a.m. What are you, in England? Thank you, Rock with Moss. Appreciate that. Oh, hello. That's the SMC reset chip here. Let's SMC reset chip. So if this doesn't come up, the SMC will never turn on. So while we're here, let's also touch that up. See, there's a lot of like inconsequential but still annoying damage on this board. It's kind of what the everyday here is. You have stuff that won't kill a MacBook, but within 3 months it will. Oh, that's so much prettier. And this cap, ooh, look at him. Found his own shine again. So as Lewis says, the board has no feelings, so we can turn it around and get this cap from this side now. Okay. This resistor terminal is not looking super great. Much better. See that? This right here, this is something that one might not notice at first, but I'm gonna say that this guy has to go. This is messed up on one side altogether. He's gotta go. I don't even know what this one's for. Let's check. Let's check out what this resistor is for. So this resistor, it's above DSMC, above over here, right side. SMC board ID. Cool, no idea, but it needs to be pulled up. So let's get a 10K resistor from somewhere. Apparently the board identifies itself somehow to the SMC, so that's good to know. But we're gonna get rid of them. I guess if you don't identify it correctly, it won't turn on. Oh, flux. So here he is. $12.22 in UK. South Africa. Wow, welcome South Africa. I love some South African electronic music. I don't know how to say this. GQOM. It's GOM. Really cool stuff. Yeah, this board had a lot of damage, so we'll be here for a little bit if y'all want to hang out and just watch. A few resistors get replaced. Alright, are you here? Oh, look at him. He's here and nice. Boom. What am I fixing? I'm fixing a 1502, kind of like compound liquid damaged 3476 from 2013. What it was to begin with is that there was no power, but then I saw all of this other liquid damage, so I'm just doing some quick swaps on places and components where I feel it'll help it turn on. Like, say, resistors next to the BIOS chip, or anything around the SMC, or the SMC reset chip, or the what is this, DCN 3v3G3 hot, the ISL 6259. Oh, this guy's gotta go. This one's gonna be fun. Let's just put a lot of flux on it and take it off. There's just a bunch of stuff around here that's messed up, so yeah, see, right here we were replacing some iSense for P-Bus. Actually, I think we'll be fine if the SMC turns on. I think we should have 12.6 right now, but I'm just trying to be extra safe before I power it up. And this one right here is basically for fun. I enjoy taking this chip off for reasons that are just unexplainable. It just takes so much heat to take it off. And nobody ever uses the Thunderbolt on these older machines unless you have like some music equipment. I mean, is it economical to fix this board? Possibly. I feel like it's fun to fix because it's a fixable board to begin with. So if I get it correct and if I throw it into UC, all of those minor things will go away and we'll have a nice and fresh working board for the next couple of years. But this is literally the best thing in my gear right now, so everything else is ugh. Alright, so right now I'm taking the same chip off of another board. And we're gonna plop it back down here. Boom. Come on, be nice. Okay, let's put some more flux around it so it rocks itself into place. Boom. Hey, see that pop right back in. Let's push it down. Yeah, get rid of all that extra stuff under. Boom. Okay. Now make it pretty. Okay. Let's not bridge those pads over here. Cool, that looks good. Everything else that I see on this board is kind of like this right here sucks, but it's not essential. So let's see. I'll have to touch this up. I'll have to touch this up. I was really worried about the SMC reset chip and those two. Otherwise, I think... Where are you? Are you nasty? No. Otherwise, I think we are good to try and turn this on. Yeah, that doesn't look so bad. Oh yeah, one gratuitous thing. The JTAG was messed up on this. See, that's a nasty JTAG. Let's take that off. Those JTAGs just come off. Non-essential. What I mean by non-essential is that they are not necessary for this board to go through a power-up cycle. As in the board will turn on without those components. They are necessary for certain functions, which I will have to fix off stream later and, make sure that the board is 100%. But the board will still turn on without those. But, for example, the board will not turn on without, correct P-bus, the SMC, all those other voltage lines that Lewis always drills in every video. But say if some sort of a sensor is not turned on at a time, the board is still bound to turn on. So JTAG got bulldozed, and let's clean that up. Oh, the BIOS resistor. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was nasty. Let's get that BIOS resistor going. All right, look at you, you're pretty. I like to do this for some reason. I don't know why. These are all bad pads. But sometimes you just go over them nicely and yeah, just see what happens. Okay. See, they strip a little bit, and you see them over here, but they don't corrode anymore after this. Because I've seen some green corrosion in between there. And if they're corroded, they can start eating at pads and traces under them. But if I just clean them off right now, they'll probably stop corroding anymore. Yeah, no more green now. Slightly better. Still not super pretty, but that will do. That will turn on. It will stop the corrosion. This BIOS resistor that you were talking about. Let's see. Let's get him. Yeah, that guy over here. Okay. Trying to get comfortable on this bench, and it's difficult. Okay. So let's actually... We're almost... I know, Paul S., that JTAG never hurt anybody, but it does not deserve to stay. It was green. And we're fixing a 1502 with a whole bunch of liquid damage that should turn on. We're basically in coin flip mode right now. I fixed all of the power lines, and hopefully we get image. Oh, okay. Tombstone down. Boom. Cool. Alright. So that's back on. That's much better. I think we are... not yet. Do y'all want to see if it turns on, or should I keep going and fixing these up? think it'll turn on at this point, but later on I'll still have to go over a few things. Not enough flux. There's flux in the solder. Alright. Who thinks it's gonna turn on? It's free giveaway. I have a whole hand truck of aluminum to pick up if you win. You can pick it up from our store, and that's the main prize. See this green stuff right here? Nasty. Like it's you have to be OCD with these boards, or I don't know if OCD is a term to use, but just obsessively detail oriented. Never works the first time? Oh, you have no faith in me. Alright, magic smoke. If the magic smoke escapes, I'm going to be very disappointed because we spent some time on this board. But we're gonna also swap this chip over here because I just remembered that I saw it being bad. So let's put some flux on. Alright, more than that, we're not full. Okay, cool. And because this section over here is just not very nice. Just worried for this. I think it's a voltage regulator for 5 volts for the screen itself. So let's get that. Oh, see, that bottom right pad is not looking so spicy. It's not looking so hot. So let's, yeah, this bottom right pad, boom, looking nasty. Let's fix that. Hello, hi. How am I on time? How am I on time? Good? Oh yeah, still gonna happen now. Okay. Robust. Is it inappropriate to ask for poggers in chat if they hear me? Oh yeah, okay. No poggers. Huh? Not allowed? Okay. Okay, thank you. Alright, so let's put this chip back on here, and after this one I promise we're going to turn it on and we're going to find out if it turns on. And I think that might be it for me after. Let's see. So this is the donor. Alright, yeah, quality wick available at rossmangroup.com. Store.rossmangroup.com. Buy your wick now. Good wick, because it's good. I prefer Chemtronics, but I guess good wick's good. Plastic connectors fine. Those connectors can take a little bit of abuse before. I'm not gonna plug anything into it. That plastic, this guy over here is gonna have to get replaced too. But that's probably later when I do all the connectors on this one. All right, that's much more better. All right, so let's see if we get fan spin on this severely liquid damaged board. board had a shit ton of liquid damage. Oh, well, I think that's one. That's the first curse. Metric ton of liquid damage. And let's see if... Let's put this on. Boom. Boom. Cool. Cool. How do you know the private donor board is good? A lot of the time you don't. But then we have a lot of donors. So I can get a second one. You never know. Do not trust parts that say that they're new. New parts can also ship dead on arrival. I've had that before at previous places I worked. We had new parts for electronics, and guess what? They were dead. Okay. So, considering... see this solder over here? No good. Boom. That's 400 milliamps and fan span. Let's see if we have image. Cool. Hi, what do you think? Do I use the customer's screen to check for image?
Does it have a label on it?
Well, yeah. I mean, I really just want to see question mark folder. Excuse my head for getting in the way. Okay. Is that what I think it is?
You want that?
I want what? I'm gonna use the customer screen. Or do you wanna? Is that a 2015 or 2013?
2013.
Okay, I'll just use yours. Paul's is better. It works? Yours always work. Okay. Mine I thought worked, and then I saw a big crack in the screen. Paul is ever vigilant and helping me with my first stream. Hi is also super vigilant. Yeah, I saw that solder wick too. I just not used the customer thing. Let me actually take it out. Solder wick taken out, verified. Okay, okay. Please. So I'm lifting the board because the sleep sensor is right here, so it turn off the screen. But you can see that we do have fan spin, and hopefully we have backlight. Okay, well, oh no, do we have backlight? I think we do. Can't tell, it's too bright in here. Do it in a park with stolen electricity. Yeah. I've set up a whole sound system in a park with stolen electricity, but I haven't fixed laptops. Come on, question mark folder. Come on, question mark folder. What do we have on backlight? No backlight. Great. Do we have image? No image. Great. Back to the drawing board. Awesome. All right, well, let's figure this out. This guy over here is probably not soldered correctly. All right. Let's Let's push this guy down. I'm pretty sure. I think that's it. I got it. Nah, the sleep sensor is fine. I think I have to press this guy down or set him up correctly. Because I should have 5 volts on the screen, right? Are you... Did I put it in the wrong orientation? No, that's right. Alright. Yeah, the question mark folder does take long. It's just I didn't have 5 volts on the screen, nor did I have backlight. So those are usually the things you need for image to appear. So let's see. That's on here, that's on here, here. I'm gonna use the customer screen. I like both screens, but you never know with these. Alright. That's in, that's in. We should be fine. Yeah. Alright, let's remeasure. Still no 5 volts. Oh crap. Alright, well, we have to figure out why we get no 5 volts on the screen. Should be easy. Unless there is no LCD enable, and then this is done. Alright. So really what's happening is when I plug in the screen, I'm getting no 5 volts on L8300. So what we have to do, I checked on both sides, we don't have that. So this is the chip that I exchanged over here. So let's see if 5VS4 is coming into the chip to power it on. And let's check if we get this EDB panel PSR enable thing. To be honest, usually if these are missing, that's pretty bad. But after all these nice repairs, I'm not going to let that stop me. Alright. So the pain about that, in general, is that you have to have a screen plugged in to see any of those voltages if the screen is talking to, quote unquote, talking to the board. So let's actually see. Okay. Boom, boom. So let's see pin 1 on this right here. So pin 1 is here, which is bottom right. So let's go bottom right. Okay. Board's on. Pin 1. No. What about this side? Oh no, we have 5 volts here. Interesting. Oh no, we also have 5 volts here. Okay, cool, cool, cool. And do we have 5 volts here? No, we freaking don't. The connector to the board, look at the pins. Which connector to the board? This right here? Yeah, that's irrelevant. That's for keyboard backlight. I can take it off because keyboard backlight can sometimes prevent the board from turning on, but I am getting both PP5VS4 on pin 1 and pin 3. And I guess, yeah, 1 and 3 over here. So now what I have to check is if I have this, which is on this resistor, EDP panel enable. So let's see if we have panel enable on this. Uh-oh. No. You sad little board. No. You don't see the... Oh. Alright, well that sucks. So, as I measure over here, we have a sad little 0 on both sides. Alright, so let's see where that goes to. Lewis, I know, but it's not, it's a missing enable. It's a missing LCD enable. I did so much work for this little board. So much work for this little MacBook, and it's slapping me back in the face. Let's, no. That's hi. Let's keep going. Let's figure out what's wrong. I'm gonna start shotgunning things off. In too far to stop now. I feel that. I am so invested right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start taking things off. No, that's me. We're gonna start taking things off the board that we don't like, that we don't need, to see if they're messing with our board being able to turn on. It's not so bad. Alright, so you're free to go. Can I revive the board? Definitely, maybe, possibly. I have fan spin, I just don't have image right now. So here's this like all sorts of nasty. There we go. All sorts of nastiness here. So let's see what this resistor is in general. Is this shorted to ground? No. We are at 1K-ish. Okay, so that's correct, because that's this resistor right here. This. So that's 1K-ish, so that's cool. Is it shorted to ground on any side? No, that's 100K to ground, so it looks like a regular pull down. Where does this go to? This goes to this network over here. And I mean, this network right here doesn't look so great, but it doesn't look bad. Man, I had such high hopes for this. We're gonna do a Lewis thing, and we're just gonna reflow the shit out of this. And give it a nice little reflow. I don't use the right amount of flux. Possibly. It just like sticks to my fingers and goes everywhere. Okay, that flew away. So it's actually, it's probably for the best. Let's grab it from another board. Yeah, camera focus is all over the place. Don't blame me. Number one stream world right now, so the CPU sounds or feels alive. I have a feeling that it's alive. What I'm not seeing is the enable for the 5 volts for the screen, which kind of sucks, but we'll make do. Okay. That's all. Let's keep at it. All right. My wick. Those will do just fine. To be quite honest, solder just needs to bind itself and not be oxidized. I've soldered way too much in my life. Alright. $3 through Super Chat. I don't have sound, but thank you, Chris. I feel like this here is what's messing me up. I don't like it. I'm gonna grab another one. Yeah. Let's grab another one. Like, look how nasty this is. I don't like it. Maybe it's pulling the enable down. That was a battle. Oh, to be quite honest, picking chips to bump off is seldom, but the one I grabbed was also from a semi-corroded area, so I grabbed a nicer looking donor. The diagnostic right now is, I know exactly where this is going, and I don't want it, and I'm still refusing to believe it, so I'm still fighting. Let's clean this up. And then we have the ugly one here. See, that one joint looks nasty, and the prettier one here, and we're gonna use this one. I think I like this one more. Okay. Yeah, bumping chips is therapy. For what I'm refusing to acknowledge is that the CPU is not communicating with the screen because I don't have an LCD enable. So we're bracing ourselves right now. This resistor too is pissing me off too. So like, can you, sir? Can you please, sir? Go back in, sir. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay. More flux. Yeah. Lewis didn't retire to Florida yet, but he is in the wastelands of Miami right now. That video looked positively dystopian of him walking around the empty streets of Miami. So let's see if this chip right here, if this guy, if this chip was messing up my enable, because this enable right here, enable that comes from the R8319, it comes through this resistor, and so this resistor goes to this network, which we replaced this whole chip actually. So let's look at what this chip does, and this chip is a double, pretty sure that's a double AND gate. So, no, that's an OR gate. So backlight enable or LCD PSR enable have to be present, but if they're both present or if they're both missing, this will be a low signal over here. So let's see if this OR signal over here is present or not. But the worst part about this is that if you go to EVP backlight enable, that has two magical places where it comes from, and one of them is here and the other one of them is here, and it's never this resistor. So yeah. Alright, well, let's plug in a screen. Let's see if we get 5 volts. Let's see if we get our LCD enable. We're gonna cool the board a little. Oh, interesting. If I do this. Yeah, alright. Stream Deck fun. Okay. So we have a board here, and we're going to try to plug in a screen into it, and we're going to try to figure out if we have 5 volts on our LCD enable. We're going to use an improvised method of elevating the sleep sensor over here, and yeah, let's risk it for the biscuit. Okay. Let's capacitors in here. All right. So to put, all right. So that's 500 milliamps, and did we return wrong? Oh crap, we got 5 volts on the screen. Uh-oh. And 40 volts on backlight. Is that it? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Plus. Yeah. Success. It was that chip. I didn't like it. It was dirty. Success. Hey. So I just didn't like the way that chip looked, and sometimes you just gotta go with your gut. And it was the last thing I changed. Everything else I had no issues with. So obligatory question mark folder. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me. And I appreciate you guys bearing with me during this stream because this is probably my first time with this setup. And yeah, we got. Let's do a quick recap. Actually, let's do a recap of what we fixed. So, first thing that we were fixing was the iSense on the ISL right here. These two chips. So if we need to measure approximately 20 ohms on both those chips for the ISL to produce proper PP bus G3 hot. Next thing we fixed were the filter capacitors on PPDC in that goes through this diode and powers the PP3V42 G3 hot. So that regulator, super important. First thing that you learn on this channel is what this thing does and what PP Bus G3 hot does. And these caps were really looking bad, so I figured why not? Let's clean them up. Let's make sure our basics are in order. The next thing was the SMC reset chip. So this funky chip over here will basically respond to a keyboard reset for your SMC. Basically, when you're doing the whole keyboard, control, shift, option, power, that's what this chip does. But it also has an automatic SMC reset signal in it. So if this chip is messed up, the SMC will not turn on. So that's something that we fixed and touched up. This resistor on the BIOS right here, 3.3K, that's a pull-up resistor for the SPI ROM WP. I don't know what WP stands for, and it needs to be a low signal, and there's a little knot bubble in front of this on pin 3 if you see over here. But I'm assuming if that wasn't pulled up, your SPI ROM would not be having a really, really good time. What else? I think that was it. We touched up this chip over here because it had bad pins, but it wasn't super messed up. So this is supervisor and clock request isolation. So this is just a bunch of gates that let's see, where does this come from? Gumstick 3, and Gumstick is for PCI Express. Okay, so this is for a clock request for the hard drive, I'm pretty sure. And these are isolation gates, so there's no direct connection between the hard drive and the SSD reset L. Okay, so that was our SSD enable. And that chip, if that doesn't work, you basically get a question mark folder no matter if you plug in a hard drive. I should probably plug in a hard drive to test this, but we got a question mark folder on stream, so I think we good for now. If it continues to give me a question mark folder with the SSD, I'm going to reconsider replacing this chip. Right Protect WP, thank you. Is that Alan D? Thank you. Appreciate you helping me out here. Don't remember all of the shortcuts off the top of my head. And the guy that gave us the most trouble was U8300. U8300 is just a simple enable. It basically takes 5 volts S4. Opens a gate inside of it through this on pin that comes from the CPU, the EDP panel power PSR enable. So this gets powered. It also has a secondary D pin, and from what I remember, the D pin is a driver for the internal MOSFETs. And so it gets enabled by the signal that goes from R8319 and goes out pin 5 to create PP5VR 3v3 switch LCD, which is 5 volts on the LCD to power on the LCD. So the bad news with this chip is that if you don't have this signal over here, the EDP panel power, that means your CPU is not seeing your screen and you just cry. So it took a while, but we got there. The damage was pretty extensive, but we replaced all these nasty chips, and this guy trolled us because we grabbed it from a board. And somebody asked me earlier, hey, like, how do you trust if the chip that you grab is good? Well, you don't trust them. You grab another one. You figure out if the chip that you don't like that looks kind of bad, you replace that. Like a lot of times, you'll grab a bad chip off of a donor board. Right. Cleaned out the laminated screen. No, that's post screen. The laminated screen that's here that you're mentioning, overhead. Yeah, the stain gate or whatever. That's just post test screen. That's a trash screen. Okay, so I appreciate you all listening and watching, and I'll probably be back tomorrow or Friday with PMIC reball on an A1707 with like a possible question mark. So, boop. Thank you everyone, and I hope you learned something. Peace.